Released on the 16th of November 2004, Half-Life 2 by Valve Software is regarded as a landmark title for the medium of video games. At its release, it was lauded for its high-fidelity graphics, physics system, world building, and its gameplay design. It received Game of the Year awards from 39 publications. Half-Life 2's legacy in the industry, medium, and modding community is hard to understate. Many of the staff hired at Valve got their start making modifications for other games. This continued with Half-Life 2's production, with Valve hiring people who made mods for Half-Life 1. By looking at Half-Life 2's modding community through an academic framework, it is this video's essay's goal to demonstrate the Half-Life 2 community is one of interactivity. Mods, mods, mods. This definition can be seen in numerous mods. On the mod hosting website ModDB, Half-Life 2 is the 11th most popular game and has over 1,500 mods to date. They're all examples of users picking up their tools, namely Half-Life 2's level editor Hammer, and creating experiences by creating new buildings, weapons, models, textures, etc. And several modifications are revered in the community for their high standard of gameplay and visuals. Some are revered for their experimentation with other genres within the confines of Half-Life 2's established systems and limitations. These can be defined as the, quote, total conversions, unquote, from the aforementioned definition. Many mods have gone on to spawn commercial releases and the formation of game companies. Examples include the Stanley Parable, Black Mesa, and Dear Esther, to name a few. All these mods and the teams behind them wouldn't have met if it wasn't for the interactivity of the modding community. It is standard practice for people to put out calls for skilled individuals for free in order to create for the sake of creating. How the community communicates. Players have used external forums to communicate techniques and tutorials for making modifications. In the early 2000s, this was primarily in the shape of web forums, where creators would write posts to the community and start a dialogue with replies and quotations. Sue Morris writes in her 2004 article in the Journal of Media International Australia,
discussion forums and real-time chat function as virtual social spaces, gatherings of community members in which the primary mode of communication happens to be written.
External forums and chat rooms like this still exist, but the communication and interactivity of the modding community for many games, and especially Half-Life, has evolved with more recent communication trends in gaming as a whole. Platforms like Discord, whose number of registered users grew by 567% between 2017 and 2020, now largely facilitate interactivity in the contemporary modding scene. Motivation. In the research article, Heroes and Hooligans, the Heterogeneity of Video Game Modders, authors Joanna Curtis, Gavin Oxberg, and Pam Briggs identify 4 recurring motifs in the modding community, one of them being the unfair vendor. This is when players are aggravated at a company's decision, usually around gameplay or monetization. Their article features online conversations where one player wrote, "As you can see, some mods are made, or at least used, to fight back against a perceived injustice. And if you play games, how many stories have you seen that are like this? The interactivity of the modding community means individuals can experience and respond to injustices." Conclusion. The driving motivation is creativity. People like to riff and remix their favourite games, just as musicians have with music or as filmmakers have with alternative cuts. And in many cases, video game modding is easier than video game creating because retail games, like Half-Life 2, can supply users with the tools to create. But this art wouldn't flourish the way it has without the forums and Discord servers that facilitate collaboration. And few games encapsulate this ethos of creativity and collaboration more than Half-Life 2.